Press Wine and Food Experience here today at Cadillac Square. It looks like it's going to be a really great day. I'm Sue Salaski, the Detroit Free Press food writer, and I have the pleasure and honor to introduce today's special guest, Alex Guarnaschelli. Many of you know Alex is a chef, author, and Food Network star of Chopped. The next Iron Chef Redemption, the digital series Fix Me a Plate, and her newest Food Network show, Supermarket Stakeout, which I've seen. That's really cool. That's amazing. She's also executive chef at the highly acclaimed New York City restaurant Butter, and author of cookbooks The Home Cook and Old School Comfort Food. Let's give Alex a nice warm welcome again here to Detroit for today's wine and food experience. How are you doing today? How do you like Detroit so far?
Very good. Oh, yeah.
I'm good.
I feel really weird, like, come to the tent and see the Martian. That's what I feel like, just active here. Detroit's really beautiful. I say that because I've never been here. Or I've been here once for like 5 minutes. And so I don't actually say it. It's so beautiful. I looked out at Canada. I mean, I got a D in geography with a cheat sheet, so I'm not great with where anything is, but I looked out and I just thought this is so beautiful. It's very refreshing compared to New York. So I'm excited to be here. I'm sure you're excited. It already smells good. People are starting to cook at their booths, so get that Zantac and start drinking. I'll take some questions from you. Is there a microphone to pass around? Does anybody want to ask a question? You will look at your outfit. Everybody in the room will look at your outfit when you ask a question, and you will be judged slightly, but not by me, by your peers and the people that came here to. Questions? Hostile comments? Yes. Do you have? I don't think you have. Nope. Isn't that great? No, I'm sorry to say. But you can get us autographed copies of my cookbook on my website. If you want, you just click on the link in my Instagram page. Of course. That's my publicist, everyone. How are you? Wow, that's quite a job.
What did you do in Detroit last night?
What did I do? What?
Here in Detroit last night.
Nothing. I got here too late. I stayed at the Foundry. Is that right? Is that the name of the hotel? The Foundation. The Foundation. Thank you. Very hip. I am not that hip. I hid under the bed for the first hour and then I was fine. Very farm to table restaurant. Yes.
And my question is, you do all these cooking shows.
Yeah.
With you novices, or have you ever been sick off of anything? Because we see you all the time. There's things that are undercooked or.
Nope.
Just curious.
My stomach hurts sometimes.
Alex, sorry. Wow.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Are there any significant episodes that were remarkable from Chopped? I mean, I think I could let the audience answer that one. When people really cut themselves like 3-4 times in a round, that's hard. When the best cook in the bunch forgets 2 basket ingredients, and you're like, if you forget one, we can see past it maybe, but half the basket, that's rough. Yes.
What was more gratifying, winning Celebrity Chopped or beating Bobby Flay?
You know, they did beat Bobby Flay for a number of seasons. I count Bobby among my closest friends, and he's really a mentor to me, in television especially. We've never worked in restaurants together, but he's awesome, to the point where if anybody tries to say anything bad about Bobby Flay, I just ignore him. So that's how I feel about him, which he knows. So the producer called and said, we want to do like
his friends at Beat Bobby Flay episodes. The producer called, right? So I hang up and I call Bobby and I'm like, is that right? He's like, I asked my producer to call you to ask you to do it. I'm like, I'm still calling to ask you. You know, like Godfather or Goodfellas, you know? You gotta give Paulie his money. So that was a little bit weird to be asked, and so I said, do I have your permission to do it? And he said, you're a nut job. Like, I think he hung up on me. And then they said, okay, you'll cook against Michael Simon. I've done it twice. I think it was Jet Tila the other time, and I really would like to beat Michael Simon because I love him so much. And Michael Simon is my people. I love that man. So I went in there like, nervous. Like, you want to win, but you don't want to win. Do you ever feel like that? No, never. You always want to win, right? Stop that. I'm so competitive. It's really just pathetic. I'll race my daughter to the end of the block and trip her so I can beat her. Right? I mean, I'm kidding. I am kidding about that part. But more gratifying when you chopped or when you beat Bobby Flay. Definitely chopped. Definitely chopped. That was really hard. Chopped is really hard. It looks easy, or it looks like you could have a lot of options when you go there, but when you're there and you're in an unfamiliar kitchen, there's nothing familiar, you know? So chopped, for sure. I don't care about Beat Bobby Flay, I love him. I can't even pretend I want him to lose when I'm on Beat Bobby Flay. I'm like, I hope you lose, Bobby. Really, I do. It's a great show, though. Yeah.
How about the supermarket stakeout? That's a real fun, looks like a real fun show.
Yeah. That, I can't believe what happens. I sort of thought, you want me to do a show in a parking lot? You know, some people get these glossy studios and big cupcake towers. Why am I in a parking lot? That's my first question. But then when people started to come out of the grocery store and you watch their reactions, some people legitimately were like, you're out of your mind, no, and just ran in the other direction. Some people were like, I bought $40 of groceries, give me $200. Some people were like, we love the Food Network, take the groceries, just take them. So it's very funny, like every spectrum of reaction we got. And I didn't really know what component the supermarket, you know, the grocery was gonna add. But people buy you buy the craziest stuff at supermarkets. People came out with like underwear and batteries and 6 bags of potato chips. Some people were like, I absolutely do not want you to see what's in my bags. I'm bleeding. So there was a lot of grocery bag shame. Someone had clearly gone through a breakup and had 8 quarts of ice cream. I mean, you just don't know. Someone had a 50-pound bag of carrots. What are you doing? And appeared to be single. So the supermarket and the groceries, so fun. I really didn't expect it to take on this whole life that it does. Really, and it's really fun. It's fun for me to be a host and not a judge. That's actually the first time I've hosted my own Food Network show, other than Alex's Day Off. So, to be honest, like women hosting shows in primetime television is kind of a new thing that's growing, and that's exciting for me. It's only been 12 years. Thank you. Well, I'll tell you one more thing. A lot of the primetime viewers at night are women, so the ladies are watching the ladies, which I love even more. We got to reduce women on women crime in this country, ladies. You know?
Your book, the latest cookbook is The Home Chef.
The Home Cook, yeah.
The Home Cook. And there's like lots of great recipes in there. Why was it important for you to write this, and what's the significance?
My mother's a cookbook editor, so you know, if you wanted to make like why do Steven Spielberg's kids have no movie directing credits? My mother's sort of like the Quincy Jones of cookbook editors, so it took me a really long time to write a cookbook because I had these dreams and they're standing over me with a red pencil. Like I write the, and I look up and she's like, so a lot of Darth Vader dreams to get through. But I mean, I have so many recipes.
It's filled with, the recipes are great.
I've been a professional chef for a really long time, so I just collected a ton of recipes, sifted out the ones that have too many silly ingredients, and I was left with the things that I still really love. So that was cool. Other questions? Yes.
I have one.
Yeah.
Since you're an awesome cook, when you go to family functions, are you always doing your holidays? Do you cook at, like, is this, they always want
I always cook for the holidays. Absolutely.
I would
Forget
love
it.
to come to your house for the holidays.
Yeah.
But like every night, like there's a family love, because our mom is an awesome cook as well. And it's like, as soon as she comes over, my kids are like, oh my God, we're gonna eat so good tonight, Nana's here cooking, right? So I
get
think that I would love for you to come over anytime as well. But
I'm very messy.
like,
I'm also a I'm moody. I'm Italian on both sides of my family, but in true Italian form in some cases, a lot of my family members don't speak to each other because of bad blood like 50 years ago. She didn't eat my cannoli at the Christmas party in 1972. I haven't seen her since. That kind of stuff. So, and I'm an only child, so my family functions are really small. A lot of it is my daughter, a lot of my cooks at the restaurant I've worked with me for years, they come, a lot of friends, my mom comes. My mom's happy to let me do the cooking, she's had it. She brought a store-bought pie last year, I was like, Mom, I see you. She's like, I put it in a regular package. I said, the ridges are wrong on the crust, they don't match the dish. Trust it. It's not really chopped. But yeah, I do a lot of the cooking. And even when people invite me over to dinner, I somehow end up, yeah, that's okay. It's like, I have a friend who's a dermatologist, so if we go to a party together, everybody is aligned to see her, like, look, do you see this? You see how it grew a little, and now it's like a different shape. And then when she diagnoses them, they ask me for a chicken parm recipe. So we're like a two-stop shop at a party. Yeah.
How long does it actually take to tape an episode of Chop? And does everybody really finish in a time period? And if they don't, how do you modify that?
Everybody finishes, and if you don't finish on Chop, you don't serve your food. We don't play around with that. You can't. I mean, it makes the show not real, and it's not fair to everybody who did finish. That's basically what it comes down to. It takes about 9 or 10 hours for an episode of Chopped. Once we start. Yeah, 10 hours. About 10 hours in hair and makeup. Well, for me, with long hair, I get there like Chris Santos comes 5 minutes before. I've thought about a lot of things, people. Wigs, prosthetic bald head for a little change of pace. It takes about 10 hours. There's a lot of interviews. You think about it like we cook. We go through each competitor's food, we judge, they are all interviewed, we deliberate, we pick a winner. A loser, I should say, in the first round who goes home. They do that walk of shame down that very long hallway. And then we do interviews again. We do that 3 times. So it just takes a long time. To capture all that crying and bleeding and food takes a long time.
and you're cleaning up the kitchens in between.
The cleaning is great. Yeah, we have an unbelievable crew of people on the show. And there's a lot of cleaning. You should see some of the stations when they're done. I mean, it's like, I once just walked through and filmed it, just to know for myself. But the weird thing is, the first episode they said, you can never tell anybody who won. And I thought, I'm such a blabbermouth and I love spreading good news. How am I gonna not tell people? And they said, you will, because you have a huge repercussion financially if you reveal beforehand, so that was big. But then the other thing was like, I kind of developed this weird Men in Black syndrome, when he's like, look at the thing, and he clicks it and everybody forgets what they saw. I have like a Men in Black reset after every episode. So I go home and my daughter's watching it. She's like, who won? The guy or this dude or that girl? And I'm like, I have no idea. And she said, but you're sitting there. You sat there for 12 hours, Mom. She's 12. It's brutal, people. Some days I can't get out of bed. Other questions? Yeah. Hi.
Yeah. How do they determine the length of those dishes they do shop, you know? 'Cause I think if you added 10 more minutes, you might get better dishes, stuff like that.
Yeah, we would. If you had 10 more minutes to do absolutely everything in your life, everything would probably be better.
I know, but there's like some baking things that, you know, you can see some
Yeah, that's true. I think the dessert round could be 40 minutes. I really do. I think we would get a less French toast and bread pudding. I have to eat it, my friend. When I go for brunch or breakfast, I will never eat French toast again. It is over. People are like, I made bread pudding. I literally could feel my face like start to shrivel into a rain cloud. Remember Drew Barrymore in that Firestarter movie? I just feel like I want to look at all the French toast in the world and burn it. Right now we're in a big fritter and churros phase. Everything's a fritter. They take like a beluga whale and cut a tiny piece of it and make a fritter. I mean, it's like anything. I'm waiting for the basket to open and a bird just to fly out. And they have to run around the net and catch it. I'm just waiting. But I hear you. Multiple ice cream machines, multiple fryers, more time.
Yeah.
But it's really not the point. You know, it's a game. And I think we lose sight of that sometimes. It's a game. And it's voluntary. I see these contestants who are like, oh my God, I'm like, you volunteered. Yeah.
Who makes a decision on what goes into those top baskets?
There's a whole group of people that do that. Like there's a board of directors type situation of the culinary production team on the show and the Food Network kitchens. Those are not haphazardly assembled baskets. They are conceived, various outcomes, dishes, results are tested. They are test driven like a car. And I don't know how they do it. The 9-pound gummy skull. That was a real issue for me. It was a gummy skull. It was like greenish. And I picked it up and I couldn't. And the producer was like, it's 9 pounds. Watching that melt in a pan, just the head kind of, and then eating it, by the way, yeah. Yeah.
Is there ever a perfect dish
Yeah.
for that basket?
Yeah, a lot of the time.
So there is always
There's a winning dish. Perfect in the context with all those variables, yes. Often. And then sometimes not. And then sometimes people create one and you're like, wow. And then sometimes they don't. And then you're like, okay. I like your plate. I like your shirt. Nice shoes. You seem like a nice person. Now let's invite you to walk down our hallway. Hey, America, if you're gracious, it really works. Not a hand shaking and winking. You have a 75% chance of losing on Chopped. Think about it. Get out of bed and you say, I'm gonna go somewhere with a 75% chance of losing. Hello? I don't know. Fascinating. Yeah.
Do you ever get stressed, and if so, how do you manage it?
Badly. I do. What do you mean, like every day?
Yeah, like do you have morning routine or a meditation practice, or how do you deal with like the anxiety of doing some of the work that you
Such
do?
a great question. Badly. Working on it. Crying. I'm serious. I try to cry it out a little bit. I find that's the most cleansing way. I know people do meditation and drink matcha tea when the sun is aligned with the stars in the middle and they align their chakras. I'm a little too literal for a lot of those things to really penetrate, honestly. I don't dog them or criticize them. They're not effective for me. Random, haphazard, unconscious overeating. Cooking. Cooking is actually the best thing I can do. And some people say, what are your hobbies? And I say, I don't have any. So I'm at home and I'm thinking, I have a day off, what am I going to do? I usually end up cooking. And so I'm thinking maybe the answer is cooking for me. It doesn't work for everybody, and it doesn't always work. And I don't always make good things. And sometimes I make stuff and I'm like, this really sucks. I burn stuff, I make mistakes, I burn myself, I cut my finger. And then I'm like, you're a dope. Because it's all I do, is cooking. So yeah, did I answer your question?
Okay, we got one last question here for you.
Hi, what are some of your favorite underutilized or underappreciated ingredients?
Mom, is that you? Starting to sweat. I need some. I'm thinking in the supermarket. When I say supermarket, I don't want to recommend an ingredient that you have to climb like a Himalayan mountaintop to find. You know the Engelhofer sauces? Engelhofer? They're in the supermarket. They have a squeeze bottle of creamy horseradish. There's a lot of creamy horseradish, but that's the bomb. That thing. You can put olive oil in it, make a salad dressing. You could put sugar and vinegar and pickle something. You could put it on top of roast beef. So horseradish in general, when done right, whether fresh or creamy, is underutilized, and it's often sitting there at the supermarket, and it's not attractive. You're too enamored with the arugula and the asparagus. Look under in the unsexy bins. Celery root is so good, and I don't know why people don't use it. Peel it and chop it up, or cook it and make soup. One celery root goes so far. You make a huge batch of soup or salad. I basically string my life together on red wine vinegar and mustard, so I'm not going to cover that. Apple cider vinegar for your health is great, but I love it in everything, including pie filling. I'm on this kick where I don't really put lemon and lemon zest in my pie filling anymore. I put a little vinegar with the fruit, and it really perks it up. Basically, produce, I think, is a place. Also, a dash of hot sauce like Tabasco. Such a good American ingredient, by the way. Tabasco, little New Orleans family. I feel American when I use Tabasco, which I like to do. Be American. Dash of Tabasco anywhere, in eggs, in a soup. Not enough to make it spicy, just like this little kind of like, what you put in here? In your mac and cheese, 2 dots, mashed potatoes, 3 dots. And people are like, why does this taste so good? And you're like, I don't know. You wish you knew that you came to this meet and greet down here and you got the 411. You had a question though. I feel bad when someone raises their hand and didn't.
What's your favorite Italian dish to make?
To make. You know, I don't make. Some of the food at Butter is Italian, but it's really more French. And I'm Italian, I'm sort of hostile towards Italian food. It's like private for me. I want that to be cooked for me. Like when my mom busts out the marinara, I'm like, let's do this. My daughter loves eggplant, so we make eggplant parm a lot at home. My daughter is a carnivore like I have never seen one. Like if I give her a cowboy ribeye and a potato and lock her in a room, I won't hear from her. So I'm always looking for ways to make things meaty without having meat at every meal. And eggplant parm, the meatiness of the eggplant, all that cheese, that's my fave. I can't. And I love stuffed shells. I want to make stuffed shells and manicotti chic again. Why are they stuck in 1972? The Jell-O cake? I want these 1970 ambrosia. Let's do this. I'm all in.
That's the next cookbook.
Maybe so. No, well, I don't know. Yeah. Any other questions? No?
Well, great. Let's give Alex a nice warm. Thank you so much for coming here to Detroit, and we're gonna sign some.
I was in the neighborhood.